Otis has been making revolutionary cleaning products for a while, and with their standard Otis cleaning kit. But one of the things that they've addressed, and I really love this little tool, is the bone tool by Otis. And I learned about this tool from Roger Eskew over at Hyatt Guns just recently, and if you've watched the video, one of the things he recommends is one of the Otis tools to clean your AR-15. Direct impingement can be very dirty, a lot of carbon, a lot of fouling, and it's really important to keep those areas clean. It's 1144 steel, it's CNC machined, they're made in the USA, they're guaranteed for life. And this is a really great companion for your AR-15 rifle. Comes in the 5.56 and also for the 308 or 7.62. Here you can see the two side by side. Of course, the 308 or the 7.62 by 5.1 is a little bit larger. Has a very nice little knurled handle, and it is kind of a phosphate finish or a parkerized finish. These are made as a carbon and fouling scraper for your bolt carrier, firing pin, and also there's a threaded hole here that will attach to your standard Otis kit, which will give you a T-handle. Here we have just a standard bolt carrier group from an AR-15 and then from a 308. This is actually from a Wyndham Weaponry SRC carbine in 308 or 7.62 by 5.1. Obviously it's a lot bigger. It's going to need a bigger tool. We need to disassemble the bolt. We're going to remove the firing pin retainer pin. Drop your firing pin out. Go ahead and take your cam pin and turn it, and then pull it out. And then we're going to pull our bolt out. One of the areas that gets a lot of fouling on your bolt is right around this area right here, right around the neck. Just down here into this crest. We're going to take the end of the tool here and place it right over the neck of the bolt, right here, and just start to turn. Now I apply some pressure to make sure that I get it, because this tool is really made to fit as many possible combinations, and because of different manufacturers there are different sizes. And what this will do is remove all this carbon that's built up right here. You'll need to put a little bit of pressure on it, and I actually press down when I'm turning to make sure that I get that area. And also I push down this way to make sure that I get the base area right here. Now the rifle that this bolt was in, I've been shooting quite a bit lately, and it just cleaned it right off. Of course, a lot of guys in the military have cleaned it with a pocket knife, just scraping those areas, and it's a real pain. Plus it scratches your bolt, so this makes it a really nice option using the bone tool. Here's another bolt. We're going to go ahead and clean it while we've got it out. Putting a little bit of solvent or oil definitely will help the process. And it just cleans it right up. One way you can tell is take your fingernail and you can feel the carbon build up. Now that carbon's baked on there, so you really need to get a good strong hand while cleaning. And just take a cloth, just wipe it down. Cleans up very nice. Okay, here's one of the Sharp Rifle Company Reliabolts. This is made from S7 steel. It's incredibly strong. As you can see right here, there's some serious residue. I had this in my AR pistol, and we've been shooting it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this off. I'm going to take my little cloth here and just clean it up. The good thing about the Reliabolt is that it has the MP3 Robar finish coating on it. This is a really strong, slick, silicone-based coating. And one of the things I like about boron nickel, or the MP3 is even better, is that it really keeps this from adhering to the bolt, this finish. Next, take your firing pin, and right here at the center, right here along this edge is where carbon builds up. Cleaning it very nicely. Right here is the scraper area for your firing pin. You can see the raised areas, and this is going to cut into that area very nicely. You're going to give it some pressure though to make sure, because pressure is what gets that carbon off. And here you can see it really cleaned this one up well. Now for your bolt carrier group. Use the end that is like a cutter and just put it down into your bolt carrier, and then just start to turn. I can feel it right now, grinding off that carbon. You can see it turning inside. Now when you finish this, you're going to want to take a patch and get down in there, making sure that you get all of the residue out. You can see the rim down in the bolt carrier, and a lot of that gets fouled up where carbon builds up. So it's really important to get those areas. Just going to give it a little pressure. The good thing is this head is going to stop you from going too deep and doing any kind of damage or removing any kind of material. Now this is the second bolt carrier, and you can see down in there that carbon. Just go ahead and take your tool, just get that cleaned up. Now here you can see where most of the carbon has been removed. Once we get that cleaned a little bit, it'll take the rest of it out. So it's really getting down in there. Then we have the 308. Pull out the firing pin retainer pin. Disassemble. That in itself is pretty impressive. We're going to get this bolt clean. One thing about using a lot of lube on your rifle, especially your bolt and your bolt carrier, is going to help from that carbon from building up too much. If you run it real dry, it's going to make it a little harder. Here we go, the firing pin. Place it in and start scraping it. Give it a good wipe down. Now we're going to take our bolt carrier, do the same. Once you use your bone tool, you need to go ahead and do your regular cleaning of your bolt carrier group, and then make sure that it has lubrication before you assemble it. Your bolt carrier group and your barrel are the heart of your rifle. You need to make sure you keep that properly maintained. Another thing about cleaning your rifle is that it helps for you to identify areas that might be having a problem, looking for certain stress points and things like that. But this will help you to keep your rifle clean. The Bone Tool by Otis is going to help you keep your bolt carrier in top shape. The retail price on the Otis Bone Tool in the 5.56 is $24.99. For the 7.62, it's $29.99. Of course, there are retailers you can find out there that'll sell them for less. I think I bought this one at Palmetto State for about 20 bucks. So for around $20, I think it's a great addition to maintain your AR-15. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Of course, first thing you do is disassemble first thing we're going to do is disassemble. We're going to remove the firing tin. We're going to remove the firing tin. Here's one of the Sharp. Now here's one of the Sharp Rifle Company Okay, now here's one of the Sharp Rifle Company. Okay, here's one of the Sharp Rifle Company